Welcome everybody. Y'all ready for this? The Hustle. My name is Steve Tek, and these are my co-hosts. I'm Talia. And I'm Tek Luciano. You may have heard me on radio, you may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Cause y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it out the jungle. This is a show for you. Welcome to the hustle. Under pressure that will break a foe. Keep chasing your goals until you blow down. Welcome to the hustle.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I wanted to say we're back, but we're not really back. This is an offshoot of the Hustle podcast.
That's right.
We have an alumni on the show here today. We have none other than Chad Ashe back in the building.
Y'all already know.
And if you guys have been paying attention, he's been making the rounds recently of local Montreal media, promoting his new Rap Keb project, which of course we're going to talk about at length. And we got a lot of other stuff. The cool thing about this setup, right, and as the viewers can notice, is that it's completely different from what we normally do visually. And I feel like we could get a little bit more
spicy.
We can get spicy in here.
Mucho caliente.
Mucho caliente. So, Chad, man, what's up, bro?
Nothing much.
I'm sorry. We also got Steve in the building. I didn't even introduce Steve.
I just wanted to say, everybody, welcome to Shoot the Shit podcast.
Shoot the shit.
We're
definitely not naming it that, but
We'll name it later podcast.
We will name this podcast.
We'll name we're gonna actually ask the audience. We'll do a little post, guys.
Shoot the shit, we'll get 0 votes, by the way.
Name this podcast. You know what I mean? But thank you for being here for the first follow-up interview with Chad Ashe.
Yes.
And we're gonna talk about the project. We're gonna talk about things that have been going on in your life, and I want to know what happened with that situation at school, bro. We gotta follow up on that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So where should we start then, Steve? Since you usually lead the conversation. If you want me to lead the conversation, I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm on nootropics, guys.
I think what I want to get out of the way right away is let us know the update of what happened with that suspension at school for shooting that lewd video.
That was for sure. So basically, I announced the news the first time I was here. Yeah. So that was great. That was like the first place where I actually like expressed what was happening. And then what happened was, we went to mitigation. I talked to the principal, I talked to the school board, and like just recently we came to the conclusion that I was paid for, the days that basically they took money away from me for speaking to the media, and it was wiped off my my record as a teacher, so I'm back to fresh, like no blemishes, no nothing. So that's what happened, bro. It's just like I followed my vision, I spoke out, and that's it. Now they just know better not to mess with me when it comes to that.
So, but let's clarify. So they actually tried to punish you for speaking to the media?
Yeah. 100%.
That's wild.
Wow.
That's
so like
wild.
basically what I'm doing right now, they'd be like they'd be pissed, right?
Yeah, 100%.
But like it doesn't matter because you have to speak out.
He's talk about it again.
No, but like it's craziness. But
I'm sorry.
But yeah. So you can't speak to the media about your employer. That's like a law that
that makes sense though.
Look, I think we get away with it because we're not traditional media. You know what I mean? We're podcasts. Come on, bro. We're just shooting the shit.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. No, I've definitely signed like certain agreements working at certain places that you're not allowed to like disclose certain things about the company.
Yeah,
like that's normal. I know Steve don't do conventional jobs, so you don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
No, but the thing is, like, you just can't lie about people, and you can't make people try to make people look bad. That's that's a no-go for me. I don't care what I sign. We're going to war. It's all good.
He's on his Kanye shit.
It's not really. It's just like I'm more like on my Pac shit because it's like don't play with me. Like it's just because you gotta understand, Tech. You know how it is to be in school. Yeah. School's very hard, right? Mm-hmm. So I did 5 years at Concordia. That alone like melted my brain.
Yeah, I dropped out. So.
Then after that, I got to school and then I had to put on this certain image because I didn't want to ruffle anybody's feathers because I knew I was different. Right. And now you're just going to throw out some lies on my name. So that wasn't going to happen.
And I mean, at the end of the day, you were not in the wrong.
And I wasn't in the wrong.
You did nothing wrong. To clarify for like people who are just like watching this and don't know what we're talking about, basically Chad Ashe being an artist and having been an artist as long as I've known him, and also being a teacher, he shot a music video for a song that was not inappropriate at all. And he had it was your actual girl in the video,
my
right?
baby mother.
His baby mom on top of it, literally just in a bathing suit. It's not like she was twerking and he was throwing like she was in a bathing suit.
That's how you're supposed to be next to a pool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is she supposed to be wearing a sweatsuit in the pool? I'm not sure what.
Actually asked the principal if she wanted my girl to have a Canada Goose on next to the pool, you know, because I was just like, what are you guys saying right now?
Like a ski mask and shit?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. But then that would have been violence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The ski mask would have been
now
like,
he's glorifying the. Yeah, I mean, it's
glorifying the streets.
It was kind of a situation where you're in a no-win situation, unfortunately. And so, like, going forward with that now, do you feel as though? And I mean, we talked about it off camera, so I'm kind of, for me, it's a redundant question.
Yeah.
But like, do you kind of feel like maybe you've been sort of blacklisted in the education system, at least in and around Montreal, because of this at all?
Well, this is the thing. I get like mad love from the teachers at Billings.
Yeah.
So that's like one thing I want to get out the way. This wasn't really a Billings thing. Like it was really like a French school board thing. Mm-hmm. So like shout out to Billings, shout out to New Frontier. Yeah. We settled that. But as far as like on the French side, I'm definitely like the villain. I'm like the super villain of teachers. Put it this way. It's like as if a cop went to the media and said, there is racism on the squad. There is racial profiling. We are arresting blacks and Arabs just because they're blacks and Arabs. If the cop did that, it's over for him. Yeah. He's getting back to the precinct and it's hell for him, right? So with me, it's just like, I'm that cop.
Yeah.
I'm that cop, but the students love it. And I spent most of my time with the students. So to me, I'm good with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
What I think we can agree on is after this whole thing went viral with the situation at school, the video got some views, bro.
It got a lot of views.
How many views did that?
I think it's at 57.
56, but I remember it was like overnight, dude.
Yeah,
like, overnight. Like, yeah.
And it was dope because like I got like a bunch of new fans, and it allowed me, and that time off allowed me to really work on Afro Keb. So the album that I just put out. And yeah, man.
I like the transition, by the way. That was pretty seamless.
That's nice.
That was seamless.
But you just made it.
You made his job easier. Steve's always waiting for the next question. You know what I'm saying? You just made his job way easier.
So it gave me time to work on that album, and because I got views and people seem to be like whores for views and whores for shares and stuff like that, it allowed me to work with other producers. Not saying that they're whores or nothing like that. Just like. It just goes with the game. It's like, you know, it's the game, you know.
People want to work with established acts.
Exactly. So,
normal.
You know, I just got a chance to finish the album and like just do something really legendary. Like just the fact that I named it Afro Keb, it's like a term that like has never been used in Quebec. And like, I don't know, it's just like for the future. Cause it's like at a certain point in 2-3 generations, we will have Afro-Quebecers, no matter how much you want to cut it. Like you can't go back home. There's no, like I can't go back to like Jamaica where like my grandmother lives, or I don't have cousins in like Africa and shit like that. Like everybody's buried in Quebec. So I'm really an Afro-Keb. And that's dope. And that really came to realization when I recorded the last song on the album, which is called T'es où. It's a remake of Tassez-vous de là by the Colocs. It's like my favorite Quebec song, but I put it on amapiano. So I took some of the lyrics, changed the hook, and I put it on amapiano, and basically that's like an offshoot of Afro beats. And it was just really dope. Like it's something that would have never been able to happen if I wasn't an Afro Keb. For real. Because it's like, there's two genres that are so far from each other 100%. That they would have never blended, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just out here trying to do legendary shit.
I just want to correct a mistake. I think during my intro,
you said
rap.
Yeah, I know.
I apologize. You should have just elbowed me. We could have.
No, it's all good. I knew exactly what you meant.
It's Afro Keb, not rap Keb.
Just,
like the nootropics aren't working apparently.
The rap Keb part, I figured it out, man, and it's just really a prop up with grants and. You know, and it's a way for them not to have to compete with Ontario. That's what Rap Keb is. They made their genre so they don't have to compete with Drake. They don't have to compete with Tory or The Weeknd. Right. They can just stay in their little bubble. They can't
compete really, but
they can't.
So let me ask you a question because it comes to mind, and I've seen. I can't give credit for the post because I don't remember who posted it, but I definitely saw a French rapper from Montreal posting basically that kind of. You know, rap Keb is kind of a synonym for white rap Keb. Is that am I wrong about that?
I think you're wrong just because you gotta put the Africans and the Haitians in there because they ride that wave also.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it did start off as a purely Quebecer thing.
With like Camaro and these guys.
Yeah, and like if you look at like who the top selling Afro Keb are not Afro Keb, sorry about that. Rap Keb artists it's all white dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but you still got your, you know, your raccoons and stuff like that ride the wave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is
His
what
last
it is.
release did really good, by the way. I was paying attention to the numbers. He did good.
I don't know. What was the grant looking like? You'll always do good if your grant's coming in.
That I can't tell you. But
That's the thing.
I mean, definitely having the money to put behind the project I think it's what the English scene unfortunately is missing, is just the money. I mean,
so the English scene just needs to hook up with Factor. They need to hook up with the Canadian Council of Arts. If you're looking for, you know, any type of funding, that's where you go. You won't get it from the Quebec scene. That has to be 100% French. But a lot of these guys, the reason why on the Quebec scene, a lot of reason why they're doing good is because, you know, they get like $50K as a grant. Yeah. You're gonna do good. You get what I'm saying? Like, but what I would love to see is how they perform, like, with in a basement with a laptop. That to me would like really like surprise me. Like, so you're gonna create the album and you're gonna push it on your own. How are you gonna do that?
it's not easy.
It's not, because I just did it, and I was working with producers from Africa.
Wow.
So, and I did that all independent. Everything that you see, there's no grants. The new ones, the new Afro Keb, the Afro Keb 2, that's gonna be a different story, because I got the game from actually a dude that wanted to sign me to his label, and I was asking him, like, what do you want in return? Like, do you want sales? Do you want views?
Right.
They were like, nah, we just want grants. So the whole game is just grants. So from there, I'm just starting to build my own label and everything else, because it's just like, these guys are not smarter than me. I'll fill out the grants. I've been writing essays. I wrote essays for 5 years.
Exactly.
I can write a grant. Exactly. You know what I mean? So
and one thing I kind of want to touch on with the grant situation for up and coming artists is that, don't get discouraged, because like I know guys who have gotten grants, and it took them no exaggeration over 20 submissions in order to get the grant. Like, chances are you're not gonna get it the first time, you ain't gonna get it the second time. If you're lucky, you might get it the fourth or fifth time. But I personally know guys who with grants who are deep in the game, it took them over 20 times submitting for a grant to actually get accepted. So don't get discouraged. You just got to keep pushing for that, and it is important.
I think the fact that it's called Afro Keb, that right there, that you threw in the Quebec mix, you know what I mean? You're going to get the grant.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go.
That's good. And this is the thing, right? The Canadian government and the Quebec government want you to push culture.
Right.
My whole goal is to push culture. Right. I figured out what my culture was. It's a new culture. It's Afro Keb, right? So the term alone, we've never heard about it. So now what does it mean to be like, what's the customs? What's all of these things? So as I'm creating these series, I'm touching on different things, and at the same time, I'm like defining what it means, because it's still new to me also, but I'm just creating.
You're literally like the ambassador of this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
pioneering it, bro.
You have to, because that's what they want. They want you to push the culture forward, and that's exactly what I'm here for. I'm not here to like reproduce what's happening in the States. It's already happening. I'm not here to reproduce what's happening in the UK or Africa. It's already happening. I'm here to just like give us like a new wave. That's it.
Yeah,
that's kind of revolutionary, and I think that a lot of up and coming artists can take a lot from that as well, because one of the things that we've talked about it on the Hustle podcast many times is that a lot of I don't want to say the problem with the scene, because it just makes me sound like a hater, but with the scene here in Montreal specifically, it's like so many people I find are just emulating what they hear down south. They're emulating,
absolutely.
Like, there's literally rappers in Montreal who they go do an interview with an Atlanta accent. And
that's crazy.
Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm trying to understand. Is it like mental illness, or are you just like, I don't understand? So the fact that you've decided to basically take your own culture that you've lived your entire life, your identity, like we were speaking of off camera, shout to Saints and Sinners, and actually push that forward. Because, at the end of the day, listen, there's millions of kids in this province who can relate to exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you were saying earlier in the interview, like it is a new thing. And honestly, I kind of find it fascinating, because I never thought of it from that lens of like our generation, really, because like, before us, for a lot of people, their parents were immigrants. Yeah. So this is really like the first generation born and bred in Quebec who are going to have kids born and bred in Quebec, and the lineage is now from Quebec. Here. So yeah,
I've been here. Like, my family's been here. Yeah. That's the thing that happens, right? So my dad's Scotian. My mom's half Quebecer, half Haitian, but I never knew my grandfather. Right. So, and I was looking at my son, and I was just like, yo, like, what is he? Like, because they're going to ask him, like, what's your nationality? Exactly. And he doesn't have a nationality. He's Canadian. He has African in him, but it's so far away, and it's so removed that it's just like,
yeah.
you're Afro-Keb. Like, there's nothing else. And you know, the way I know that when Quebecers leave the province, we're different. No matter where we go, left or right.
100%.
Just because of the fact that we understand French, we're different. So we move different, we think different. So that's why it was like even more important for me to say Afro-Keb and not like African Canadian, Afro-Can or whatever. Cause it's really like, I understand French, I speak French, I understand the culture. So it's like Quebec's home. I had to rep.
Yeah, we are our own thing. I mean, you know, obviously I'm not the Afro part, but we are our own thing. Even if you go just to Ontario, you go to Ottawa.
Yeah.
I mean, Ottawa's a bit different because there's a lot of French there with Gatineau. But
Gatineau,
like,
yeah.
say you go to Toronto, we're like aliens to these guys.
Yeah, man.
We're like
so
aliens
different.
to these guys.
So different.
You know?
So different. It's so different. So it is what it is, man. So that's where we're at, recording Afro-Keb 2 now. A lot more resources, so it's dope.
That's fire.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Give us a
too.
breakdown of the project. What songs are on it?
All right, so basically, Afro-Keb 2 is going to be an album that's completely bilingual, right? So what I mean by that is like not to the point where an Anglophone won't be able to understand what I'm saying. It's just really like I'm playing on the cliches of Quebec language, not even the French language, because a lot of Quebec artists try to pretend like they're from France. This is another thing in rap Keb that I hate.
Yeah, I'm not up to speed on this.
Is that they try to pretend like they're from France. They switch up their accent. They switch up the lingo when we don't even talk like that. Like it's just this is a French thing, you know what I mean? So it's really just sticking to like how Quebecers speak, you know, and mixing it up with what I'm already doing. So it's gonna be really a dope album because every song is gonna have a blend of English and Quebecer slang, but not to the point where it becomes just Quebecer, where like it's disgusting. Because we all know we don't rock French. We don't watch Quebec music. Like I don't either
at all.
But that's why it was so important for me to like try to, since I don't like it, let me try to make something that I do like.
Right.
So hopefully like somebody will catch on and they'll do this, they'll do the same thing. So yeah, man, that's basically it. So it's gonna be a bilingual album. We're playing a lot again with the sound. The soundscape is gonna still be Afro, Caribbean. You know what I mean? Just some jiggy shit you could chill with your girl or chill with your family. You know what I mean? Like just something that you can vibe to all summer.
You got any ad libs like IOA or like?
No, none of that. None of that. Exactly. So I'm not trying
Are we
to play.
incorporating spoons into the mix?
No, none of that. But I know what you mean because that's an important part of Quebec culture is the spoons, right? But I'm not going to the part where we don't like. I'm just using the parts that we don't like. So when we're on vacation with other Quebecers and we use certain words, so other people don't understand, just like that. It's just, that's like surface level. Because we all know like Anglo is king when it comes to music.
Yeah.
Especially when we're talking about like in the Afro diaspora.
Yeah.
So rap, house, all of these things. Like French will never go over English.
No, I mean it originated in English, so I mean.
There you go, you know. So yeah, man. So that's where we're at with Afro-Keb 2, and I'm excited about it. It's gonna come out this summer. Very excited about that, actually.
Very dope. I can already hear it playing in the beaches of Rodden.
Yes, yes, Rodden. That's done.
I don't know. This guy just gave me that look. You know what I mean? Like I said something bad.
Don't worry, man. I'm in a good mood today.
But I'm looking forward to it, bro. I'm looking forward to it. You already have that style. You know what I mean? And summertime is definitely the best time to have that music popping off.
Definitely. But also, like, I just want to plug in the wintertime, I'm going to be dropping like an offshoot project called MTL Lover. And basically it's the music I recorded before I started Afro-Keb 1.
Okay.
Right? So I got to get rid of it somehow. So basically from end of January to beginning of March, I'm dropping songs. It's a MTL Lover. You know, it's just R&B.
Okay.
Just R&B. It's not Afro.
Coming on your weekend shit for that.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Right.
Just some nice.
Well, that's the music that I first heard from you. It's like that
That's where I
Lover
started.
shit, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I want to
That's
hear
where
that
you
again. So definitely looking forward. Drop it sooner than later, bro. Valentine's Day.
Yeah, exactly. So it's basically, that's the theme. MTL Lover.
It is coming up, huh?
Yeah, did you get your gifts and stuff like that? We still got to deal with Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Still got to deal with
Gotta
Christmas.
get that shit out the way.
I hate shopping.
I love it.
For real?
Oh, I love it, bro.
I don't know.
Is this
I don't
coming
like
out like? Yeah, it's obviously coming out after Christmas.
After Christmas.
Yeah, I went.
Actually, no. I think we can streamline this one too, bro.
Okay, so well then you know what? I ain't saying shit. I didn't buy nothing for nobody.
Nice.
All right.
That's how I gotta be.
I wrote down like some stuff. Like we're talking about the project and everything.
Yes.
But I want to get into other topics
Let's go.
too, bro. You know what I mean? Let's
You be writing shit down.
let's
bro.
let's
Good.
let's
It's
go
good.
viral
It's
and
good.
shit.
I like that.
The other day,
freestyle.
look, the other day I was walking down the street, bro. I was walking down the street and there's this guy in a minivan, fucking smoking on a cigarette, looking like looking like a mean motherfucker, bro. And he's like, he almost like ran me over. You know what I mean?
I feel like this was on Jean Talon.
It was on Jean Talon.
Jean Talon's crazy.
So anyways, I back up, bro. This guy drives past, and there's a sign on the van that says euthanasia à domicile. So this guy goes from house to house
Killing people?
killing people.
What?
I mean, hey.
Did you know that there's a euthanasia on the, like, bro, to your house? Just roll up with the minivan and
wouldn't
like,
doubt
put
it.
you out of your misery.
Aren't they
him
like
on the podcast.
aren't they pushing that, like assisted death
suicide.
for like mental health? And then
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, I think it's terrible, especially for mental health. When you're in a dying phase, like stage 4 cancer, I don't know the stages, but like when you're in a place where like you're suffering physically, I can get it, and you're at a certain age, I get it, but like I don't think it's smart for a 28-year-old with mental health issues to get assistance to die. Like, it's
Is
crazy.
there like, I'm pretty sure you haven't checked in on this, but is there like an age limit? Like, oh, you have to be 50 and up to ask for an assisted suicide.
I'm not like.
It would have to be case by case.
Yes, exactly.
This is
It's
the reality.
It's so like nuanced from case to case. Like, and I'm not an expert on that, but I don't think like death is the answer.
True.
Like, rarely is death the answer. I don't know. It's just me.
We got enough life to live, bro. Everybody should live their life.
What about you? What do you think?
I totally disagree on it too.
Okay.
Like, you just made some pretty good points. Like, what if this person is suffering from some mental illness? You know what I mean? And he's like, "Oh, kill me now."
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you're like, by law, since he wants to die, he's allowed to die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Totally
Like, what
twisted.
do you think?
I mean, I'm kind of on the fence because, you can't tell somebody whether they're ready or not. I mean, I feel like if somebody's really at the end of their rope, and okay, that's probably not the greatest analogy, but okay, we'll try. If somebody's really at their wits' end, okay, if somebody's really at their wits' end and they're just they don't want to live anymore, they cannot see themselves coming out of it, and they've just, I mean, who are we to tell them? You know what I mean? I don't know. I think, again, it's a case by case thing.
Definitely case by case. Like abortion.
Exactly. Is there a possibility that the person 2 years from now can come out of the depression? And yeah, of course. But there's also certain people reach a certain point where they just don't want to live anymore, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's kind of like it's case by case. That's my final answer. Case by case.
I agree. Case by case.
Yeah.
Case by case, but I'm still pro-life, so.
Yeah. Also, going back to the fact that I saw this guy that looked super mischievous driving the car. What do you think of somebody that does that job, though?
I mean, you got to be a creepy bastard.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how's your night? I killed 16 people today.
Nah, that's like another level of job. I guess it's a calling.
It's a call.
I guess it's a calling.
Some Dexter shit.
Yeah, I think it's a calling. Like, I don't see a normal person doing that.
No, you have to be a
honest with you.
sociopath, I think.
You have to have something that you're mentally capable of doing that. I couldn't do that like 40 hours a week. Like, that's my job, killing people.
But I mean, I feel like this person, if he wasn't doing it legally, would probably be taping people up in his basement at this point. So it's probably better that he's
Maybe.
doing it this
weird.
way. We might have dodged a bullet on that one.
Okay.
Again, a terrible
That is
analogy.
Great
My
points
analogies
from
are
everybody.
really bad today.
Either bad or they're great.
Depending on how you look at it, right? Exactly.
Great points from everybody on that.
Come on.
Thank you, Teacher Steve.
Moving on.
What do you got next for us?
So we got Brittany Griner.
Oh,
She got swapped for Victor Bout.
I got shit to talk on this.
So now you got this guy, ex-arms dealer,
Lord of
notorious
War.
Lord of War.
The Lord
selling
of War.
Guns, like, I don't know how countless villages and
he's worse than that
babies.
guy that
Yeah,
you're
bro.
talking about.
Exactly. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? What do you think of that swap?
I think that's the most wackest swap I've ever heard of. I don't even understand, like, how did that happen? I don't know.
It's political.
It's 100%
Definitely
political.
It's political
100%
maneuvering.
political, but it's like a bad political move. Unless it's a great political move and we just can't see it because they're so great.
It's because Biden is so afraid of the left that he just
The right.
No. In this case,
He's afraid of the left.
He's
Yeah,
afraid of the
yeah,
left
yeah,
because,
yeah.
let's be honest. If you're getting canceled in this day and age, it's the left doing it, right? So he just wants to appease the left, and because because they took this and they made it a racial issue, which I mean, you can whatever opinion you guys have on that, we can discuss. But to me, it's not a racial issue.
Nah.
Here's let's get down. Let's take race out of the equation, which is like the scariest thing in the world. That I even said the R word. People are afraid right now, right? Let's take that shit out of the equation. Let's talk about the beef and broccoli of the situation. You went to another country with an illegal substance in your suitcase that in that country, if you get caught with said substance, you're going to jail. It's not about race. It's not about culture. Let's be honest. Russia, they have it out for America. Do they not? Have they not had it out for America since the 40s?
And vice versa.
So what are you doing going to Russia with an illegal substance in your fucking luggage? And then you get caught and now we're supposed to feel bad for you because you're in jail? I don't feel bad. I don't.
I feel you.
I really don't.
I'm with Team Tek on that one.
Now, was 9 years a little excessive for a vape pen? Absolutely.
Yeah,
But it wasn't just one, bro. It was a bunch of cartridges.
Okay, but if you get caught in Saudi Arabia, if you get caught in Singapore, you have the death penalty.
True. Exactly.
So is the 9 year excessive? No, because she still has her life and she can still come back home. Because it depends, right? Because like there's places you spit on the ground and you're doing 10 years in jail.
Yeah.
In Singapore, actually,
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you can't. I'm not sure if it's 10 years, but you're going to jail if an officer catches you spitting on the floor.
That's crazy.
So and then again, like you're swapping for like the merchant of death, like for this WNBA player.
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
And the thing about these lords of war is, again, let's be completely honest again. If this guy, this merchant of death, whatever you want to call him, wasn't selling these guns to whoever he's selling them to, where do you think they would get them from? Governments. Who's the biggest arms dealer on planet Earth? The United States government, bro. Are we acting like this is not it's the military industrial complex? I mean, look this shit up if you guys don't know what that is. Google it. Like, they're the number one arms dealer on the planet. They make there's more guns in America than there are people.
It's mad.
Like, bro, it makes no sense. So we're swapping that out for some like giant lesbian who got caught with weed in her luggage. Is that what we're doing right now?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
Well, I think it's exactly what you said. You know what I mean? They're scared of the left right now. It's because if they don't appease the left, they're going to be like, oh, Biden's not really...
He's not all about race relations.
Exactly.
It's like, bro...
Not everybody's about race relations.
But Biden's an 80-year-old white guy. You think he wasn't racist 40 years ago? Like, let's be fucking real.
There's clips of him saying the most racist shit I've ever seen.
He put in a bunch of laws that got a bunch of black men locked up in the States. Like, this is not a secret. Like, these guys...
they're experts at spinning. Like, they like to say that, like, Bill Clinton was, like, the most black-friendly president of all time.
No.
Bill Clinton is responsible for locking up more black men than any
Didn't he do
other
the 3
president
strikes?
Ever. Yes.
He put in the 3 strikes.
He's the 3 strikes guy. There's more black people in jail because of Bill Clinton than anybody else. But he got his dick sucked and he played the trumpet. So he's black friendly. Come on.
No.
Well, the way they're raping Haiti, they're
raping Haiti.
That is crazy.
Come on.
That's crazy.
I got no love for these people, man.
Like, I swear, I saw a documentary. Every Haitian person they're in Haiti. Every Haitian person, they asked about the Clinton Foundation. They hate these people.
Yeah, for sure.
They're destroying the country. They're pillaging all their resources.
Yeah, man. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They have no love.
So let's ask you a Billings question. Was Mr. Emmanuel in Billings when you were there by any chance?
Mr. Emmanuel.
He was a Haitian teacher. I can't remember.
No, there's no Haitian teacher.
He wasn't there. Okay, this guy, he was incredible. He was. Now this is Billings, mind you. So the populace, especially when I was there, it wasn't as urban as it is now. It was pretty much a predominantly white and native school, and he used to fucking just middle of class. He's teaching like sociology or something. We're talking about groups of people and how they interact with each other, and he'd just be like, "Fuck white people," and you're like, "Damn!" I'm like
Mr. Emmanuel?
14 years old, like, oh fuck. Like, yeah, I said that to say this, that like he's been talking about like what the UN in particular has been doing in Haiti since I was like 14 years old and had no idea what's going on. And he's just like, I remember once soldiers came to the school to do like an assembly, a presentation. Mr. Emmanuel went ape shit in the middle of an assembly in front of like 14 and 15-year-old kids, just saying like, you motherfuckers come to my country, you rape our women, you take our resources, and we're all just here like like, go ahead, Mr. Emmanuel.
He'd for sure be my friend.
Yeah,
he'd for sure want to be one of my teacher friends, for sure.
And on top of it, he was a martial arts sensei. He used to fuck kids up. It was tremendous. I mean, Billings was a different school.
Yeah, man.
But that's a different topic for a different.
For some reason, I would feel like that was his last day of school, but no. Right?
Well, I mean, if you've learned anything from Chad, it's very hard to fire a teacher.
Yeah, it is. It is hard. Like I know teachers and I've seen teachers groom girls and still not get kicked out of school. That's what they do. That's why you got to be careful for the Sec 5 and Sec 4 teachers. Like what they do is they groom girls. They wait until they're 18 and then they have their way with them and then they send them back to the streets.
That's wild.
That's what they do. Because a lot of these guys are nerds. Like nothing against nerds or nothing like that, but they didn't get it in when they were in high school and CJEP and university. They were like in their books. So now like they end up going to school, becoming teachers. They have wives and stuff like that, but it's not really fulfilling because they haven't got that out of their system. So now they see these girls, they see them every day, and now they're excited. You feel what I'm saying? And like, so I've seen that happen a bunch of times. And what they do is like they relocate, just like the priests. They relocate. You know what I mean? They make sure that you're not in contact, and like it's whack. It's all like it's really hard to get fired if you're a teacher.
There's a lot of predators out there, bro.
There is a lot of predators. There's a lot of predators. There's a lot of praise. Yeah. So
this shit went off the rails real quick. I'll blame it on Steve's questions.
No, that's all good. We're back to race relations.
Next. So we talked about euthanasia. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Euthanasia, the euthanasia. I was throwing a Talib Kweli line right there. But
great punch.
Belief in God.
Yes.
Do you believe in God? Do you believe in a higher power? Like, what do you believe in?
I believe in God.
Really worked on these questions.
However, my New Year's resolution is to read the Torah.
Okay.
So basically, this year I'm going to read the Torah. If I have the chance to read the New Testament also, I'll go along that route. So my goal is to read the Torah all the way up to the Quran. And like that, I'll make my decision as to where I want to be situated in religion. But there's so many. This is what happens, right? So if you look at the three major religions, we have the Jews, we have the Christians, we have the Muslims, and it's basically like a trilogy. They all follow each other, right? And a lot of people would be like, "Oh, I'm Christian," and if you ask them, "Have you ever read the Bible?" they'll say no. So that's like saying, I love Batman, but I've only read reviews and watched the trailer. Doesn't really make sense, right? So I came at a crossroad where I was like, I was born Christian, right? But I studied Islam and I studied like a little bit of the Torah in university because I took like theology classes and it's all interesting. So like, I'm just at a place where I'm trying to figure out where exactly I'm situated just for like, just for better direction. Okay, that's it. So yeah, I'm definitely a spiritual God-fearing person.
Is God a man or a woman?
I don't know. Actually, I think if it's God, then it transcends all of that.
It's both.
It's both. It's probably
it's more than both. It's like it's
something that we can't understand. Like He created the universe.
There's no way we can conceive it with our human brain.
Because we only have 5 senses to perceive the universe. So what if we need like 24 in order to really perceive the universe? Like what would that being be like?
I mean, there's a lot of thoughts on psychedelics like actually opening gateways to, like, they used to just think you're just tripping when you take these things, but now they're starting to do, like, now the researchers are really starting to come to some really fascinating conclusions that like certain psychedelics may actually be opening a portal, like, to allow you to experience realities that we're not privy to in our everyday state.
Do you guys play with psychedelics?
Once in a while.
The farthest I'll go is shrooms at this point because I'm afraid I won't come back.
Shrooms? Well, yeah, I completely agree that like psychedelics are different than anything else you can consume because like I believe that you could open portals with your mind into different places because like these things have existed throughout all of human culture, not just like a specific, like everywhere you go. There's
every culture.
Wasn't there always an oracle that used to take these drugs and
like see things?
Well, I mean, like if you look at all the ancient cultures who, and this is fascinating too, but we'll get to it later because I believe that before the major impact that like caused the ice age and shit like that, I believe that there was one super advanced civilization before this because it doesn't make sense that like all of these cultures around the world all came to pyramids. Like it's just randomly we just came to anyway. But what I'm saying that to say is that if you look at all of these ancient cultures who mapped the stars, without any of the technology that we have now. These motherfuckers are just looking up at the sky, or, you know, a lot of research believe actually looking at the reflection of the stars in water, which is how they were able to do it. But I think that psychedelics played a major part in being able to do that. Because I mean, bro, if you just look up at the stars, are you really going to be able to map the galaxies? If you're tripping balls.
And to the point where like you're tapping into like energy centrals of the earth and like weird like things that like there's nothing that we're doing. Like they're talking about being energy sobriety, and like they were pumping out electricity through the pyramids. Like it's like that's what the pyramids were there for. They were like basically big generators. And you know, Nikola Tesla, he had a plan to like just give free energy to everybody. So I don't understand how in 2022 we're on some energy sobriety thing. We should be consuming more energy and free energy.
Because at the end of the day, the system of capitalism, which has taken over the entire world, they want us to be suppressed so that we remain consumers. Because the only way that the 1% or the rich, whatever you want to call it, the people who own the means of production, shout out to my college days, the people who own the means of production, the only way that they can stay in power is if the majority of us remain consumers. And to keep somebody a consumer, essentially what that means is that we're powerless. We're stuck on the hamster wheel of the 9 to 5, and we can't really see outside of that, right? But if everybody was on psychedelics now, it would revolutionize the way that people interact with reality completely.
Definitely.
Because I mean, if you've ever had a trip, like a real trip, I'm not talking about like you took a gram of shrooms,
microdosing,
laughed really hard. I'm talking about like you went deep.
You don't even know where you're at.
You ever go deep?
Day.
No, not super deep like that.
I've been deep, and it definitely changes the way you look at.
Yeah,
because you see shit like that, you know, like, bro, okay, there's one thing like taking 2 grams of shrooms and seeing the towels move, but like when you enter an alternate reality and interface with things that you couldn't even conceive to be possible, and this is all occurring in your head, it's just, I mean,
it's just a different level.
It's a transcendent experience. It really is. It really is. It's transcendent.
So look, you're mentioning all these things like, oh, pop the mushrooms, and then after you're looking at the sky and you're pinpointing all the locations, whatever. What to me, that has to bring up the conversation of aliens.
Yeah,
like we're talking about does God exist, but now we got to jump to the aliens.
Yep.
And if you believe in aliens, how can you believe in God at that point?
I don't know. Well, basically, God might have created everything. Just like everything. And if there's aliens, it might, like, we don't know, because there's like, there could be different dimensions. There could be multiverses. There could be like so many different. That's
more likely than like.
I think like the DMT thing. Like I seen this documentary about
Spirit Molecule.
Yeah, the DMT Spirit Molecule, where like the CIA was actively tracking what people were seeing on DMT, because they would enter these zones where there'd be like other beings, and it wasn't only one person, it was like a group of people seeing the same beings on DMT. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. And I think our civilization is so young at this point that like we can't even have the keys to the universe, because we've been around
a lot longer than mainstream.
You guys watch Ancient Apocalypse?
Yeah, well, that's I got like the guy behind that is Graham Hancock.
Yeah, there you go.
Who I'm like a huge, obviously, like all praises to the Joe Rogan podcast. That's where I first heard of Graham Hancock. But like since I heard of him, I've been like obsessed with like, because I'm okay. So low key, if this episode's gonna do anything, it's gonna make people be like, wow, Tek's actually like smart. But but like I've always been like a low key history nerd, and like Graham Hancock's whole theory of like ancient civilization is, I think he's right on the money.
Did you see it?
Is he on YouTube or what is it?
I think you could find like theories on YouTube, but it's on Netflix.
Read the books.
Netflix.
The books are fucking fascinating.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm not sure because I watch everything, and I'm not sure what I watched. We
used to have like, you see how ants have colonies under the ground? We used to have that as humans.
Like
functional like ant colonies underground. So, and we could never do that today. So that's weird. To me, it's weird that like,
I think we were more advanced than we are now at some point in our history.
And that's why I want to read the Torah, the Bible, and all these different things, because there's information in there.
Look, you're mentioning tunnels in the center of the earth and everything like that. Wasn't there a conspiracy about mole men or something like that?
I don't know.
Like, dude,
giants,
the reptilian theory.
But there's found giant skeletons.
But there was this thing that I saw like thousands of years ago, like you said, there used to be a certain type of species of human, I don't know, that lived underground in tunnels.
Yeah, well, watch the. I believe you. I believe you because we don't even know. We don't even know what's at the bottom of the ocean. We don't even know what's in Antarctica. We don't know. Like for real. We don't. Like we don't know. It's like a lot of places.
But to bring the conversation kind of full circle, like with the alien things, kind of pisses me off in a sense because it's like, why is it that as soon as we see an ancient culture that's not European did something amazing, automatically it's like it must have been aliens. Aliens must have done it. Like, but no, I think human beings are capable of.
But you can't answer the Mayan question of like, how are all these pyramids built on a
perfectly aligned with constellations? Because, like I said before, I think that civilization was much more advanced back then than we could even conceive. Clearly, I mean, look at what these guys did. Look at what they did.
They used the earth, like they did some. They were able to like the philosopher's stone, where you can turn one matter into the other. They were able to do these type of things.
Alchemy
like they were able to use the matter and change the vibrations and the frequencies in the matter in order to do different things that we're just not there yet. We're just absolutely not there.
I think we're there. I think it's just not. It's not common.
We're not commercially there. Yet.
Exactly. It's not. The common folk aren't allowed to know these things. But I think we know. They burnt down the Library of Alexandria for a reason.
Jeez.
Look, I think if you look at every civilization throughout history, you always see something regarding a reptile. Reptilian
pyramid.
Yeah, like Quetzalcoatl in Mexico, that reptilian god. But the fact that you see all these images throughout time, and these people are thousands of miles apart, so how would they even know that they have that same image in their mind?
I think it was just general knowledge.
General knowledge.
The same way we have iPhones.
I also think that the notion that these people who built these amazing works of engineering, the concept that they wouldn't be able to build a boat that could cross the Atlantic Ocean is
crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
That's kind of crazy. Are you fucking serious?
I never thought of that.
Like really, they built impossible. The pyramids of Giza, but they couldn't make
it to America
to go to South America.
It's almost impossible.
Come on, bro.
True.
I think all of these cultures were interacting with each other, and I mean, if you look at Pacific Islanders, Samoans, and things like that, do they not look African to you? Like, are you going to tell me that the people of Melanesia are
natives look Asian,
right? Like exactly. Bro, come on. We've all listen. Human being, we've been fucking each other for a long ass time. Yeah. All right, this shit ain't new.
Straight up.
Okay, so there's no shape-shifting reptilians living among us.
Maybe.
Like, are one of you guys shape-shifting reptilians?
Only thing I want to shape-shift into is a bodybuilder, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's
maybe, but I'm not a shapeshifter though. I think I'm 100% human, to be honest with you.
Okay. So you haven't cut yourself by accident and some green shit came up? No. You're good?
No, I'm perfect. Good. I think we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope so.
We'll get back to that. Don't worry. We'll figure this out.
Sure.
What else? I had some other shit that I wrote down, bro.
Yo, let's go.
Was it the best podcast we've ever done?
So, like, we already talked about abortion. Like, you brought it up briefly.
Yeah, briefly.
But let's say this young girl just got raped. Just got raped by.
Yeah. There's no.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm not there. Meaning that like my views are not that tight to not know that there's exceptions.
Yeah, exactly.
To everything. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
For me, I'm not gonna tell a woman what to do with her body. And like, you know, being a father now, it's different than maybe how I would have thought of it 10 years ago, which is like, you know, bringing a kid into the world when you're not ready to raise it is really fucking detrimental for that kid.
Yeah,
like for straight up, and so I don't know. I it's the same thing with the euthanasia thing. It's a case by case situation, honestly, for me anyway.
Okay. I think you should be monitored though. I think like you shouldn't reach like 5-6 abortions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Sure,
like
at that point, it's like you just suck those ovaries out or something.
But then again, who am I to tell somebody not to get 6-7 abortions?
Exactly.
I'm like, you know what I mean?
My body, my choice. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. But that's not the case, because when it's time to get shots, when it's time to get COVID shots, it's no longer your body, your choice. You get what I'm saying? So that's my issue with it. It's like, is it really my body, my choice, or is it really just like?
Don't get him started on the COVID shots, by the way, please.
No, either way, like it's just.
We're good with that.
It depends. It depends how far you take it. The government has so much power, man. It's just like if they decide like there's no more abortions, there's no more abortions. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Makes a lot of sense. This table right here, guys, it's flat.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, Steve.
Is the Earth flat, or is it a globe?
Fucking Earth is not flat. We have pictures of it, for fuck's sake.
Chad looks like he's gonna tell me the Earth is flat right now.
No,
bro.
I don't think that the Earth is flat.
But I don't think it's a sphere either.
I don't know what it is, man. I've never been up that high.
Okay.
I've never been that high yet.
What's your theory on it, bro? What do you think?
I don't know. I have no clue. We only have 5 senses.
The Matrix. We live in the Matrix. This whole thing isn't real.
It could be a simulation.
I do think simulation theory is very interesting.
That's what Elon Musk, that's where he's at.
I do
He
think
thinks
it's
a
very
theory.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Because AI is interesting, right?
it's
'Cause
fascinating.
we could be in this simulation of a AI's brain.
But also,
True.
I don't know.
But I mean, also, if you look at the human body, it's basically a network of electrical connections. I mean, it's, the simulation theory is kind of fascinating. It's a wormhole I don't really know enough about to really get into, but I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I think now with what Elon Musk is doing with Neuralink and
That's crazy.
That's
And I'm all for it, by the way.
this like
I'm all for it.
crazy shit that's coming to fruition, you know what I mean? I feel like, bro, it's gonna be a matter of time that you're gonna go out with a girl, you're gonna bring her home, and then oh my god, she's a robot. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you ever watch the movie? I think
so
it's
down, bro.
Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd
Dredd?
with Stallone. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
sure if it's that movie, but it's either that or Face Off. I don't
I think
remember.
it's Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It might be total like they get out of he gets out of the cryo chamber and people don't have sex anymore. They have like these simulations of sex.
Total Recall. I
Total
think.
Recall.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Demolition Man. Okay, but Total Recall.
Demolition Man. Yeah.
Total Recall did the same shit. That you put on the helmet. It's like a simulation.
Yeah,
sex
yeah.
simulation.
I did that last night, bro.
So basically, I think that's where we're going. I think like they're trying to avoid they're trying to take away the social aspect of our biology. That's what I think they're actively trying to do. So like that, there's no more like family unit. It's just everybody for themselves. Like you're born, it's for yourself.
It's the next level of capitalism, to be honest. It goes back to what I was saying with controlling the means of production and keeping the consumer class. It's like the ultimate control.
I think it's more like the slave class at this point.
Well, yeah, but listen, I'm trying to be PC about it, but yes, that's 100% what I mean.
I think we're like they're trying to make an elite class and a slave class.
They already have. I mean, that's where we are. We just don't know it.
Yeah, I agree.
Straight up.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Great points, guys. Great points.
Well, thank you, Steve.
Yeah, man.
So I was recently watching a documentary about alien mummies in Peru.
Yes.
I don't know if
Alien
you've seen
mummies in Peru. No, I didn't see that.
This is like thousands of years old. This is like nobody has been talking about this, but there's a village in Peru. I don't know if you heard about this, Alex. Alex in the back, by the way.
Shout out to Alex, by the way.
Yeah,
he's
man.
the gentleman who's been editing all of the Hustle podcast episodes. I've never got to meet him until today. It's very good to meet you, sir.
The first for everything
Shout out
today.
to you.
So there's this certain areas in Peru that they've been finding mummified remains of aliens, like little alien babies and stuff with weird heads. They've done research and okay, some of them have been faked because they try to make money off it, right?
Ah, there you go.
But there's so many of them that they don't know what it is. Like there's even like
I bet you there's a sweatshop somewhere in Peru
Where they make fake.
where they're making
Baby
fake
aliens.
and they're cashing in on this shit. That's
Probably.
That's what I think.
okay, all right.
That's why you went to the Incan Trail, you eh?
I didn't go yet,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I didn't go yet. But trust me, that's one thing I am gonna check out soon.
He's out of questions.
What
happened to all the questions?
I'm thinking of something, bro. I'm thinking of
How
something.
stoned were you when you were sitting at your kitchen table writing out these questions?
No, it was like literally
We're
I
gonna
just
talk about abortion and DMT. Like, damn, bro, you really went like deep on this one. I'm proud of you, bro.
Wait, we're
Okay.
wrapping up the year. So it's like this 2022.
So you said you like watching 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, that's my guilty pleasure.
It's also my guilty
My shit's
pleasure.
Married at First Sight.
90
Is
Day
that okay?
Fiance.
Married at First Sight. Which one is that?
It's like where they meet each other for like the first. They literally meet each other on their wedding day.
That's on TLC?
I watched it on Amazon. I'm not sure what network it's on. It might be Showtime. I think it is Showtime.
It's probably Showtime.
But anyway, don't quote me on that. But they meet each other at the altar essentially, and they get married. And then the show is shot over a 2-month period, where basically at the end of 2 months of being on a honeymoon and then moving in together, they decide whether or not they're actually gonna
get married.
It's fucking dope, bro. Listen,
Yeah, I love those shows.
I fucking love it too. I don't
90
care.
Day Fiance. That's my like guilty pleasure. Straight up.
Yeah, I think I've only watched like a 1-2 episode of 90 Day, to be honest with you.
I know like the whole 90 Day universe. Like I watched
Oh, word?
all of it. Yeah, me and my girl.
So 90 Day Fiance. You've been watching it. It's your guilty pleasure.
Yep.
I know deep down inside you'd be like, okay, not now because you have your girl and everything, but let's say
I didn't have my girl.
Let's say you didn't have your girl.
Yep.
Which country would it be that you get your baby mama from? Would it be Brazil, Colombia?
That's a good question.
Because those Colombians are looking mighty, mighty thirsty, bro. You know what I mean?
Yo, and this is,
you would know.
I don't know. I'd probably be like in London or something like that to be with you, because I wouldn't like go for these girls that just want to come to like
for real get their
Canada, because it's like it's weird, right? Because I don't understand how to communicate.
Take notes, Steve.
To me, like, I don't understand how to communicate, like, deeply. Like, how we're having a conversation right now. Like, if you can't have a conversation with somebody that doesn't speak your language like this.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? So,
but the sex would be fire, though.
Well, that depends. Like, you don't know she was an escort or a bunch of crazy things, and like it's easier to hide like your past when you're
Okay with me.
That's okay with you, but like to me it's not okay. To me it's not okay. But yeah, I'd probably be like in the 90-day UK version or something.
90-day UK version. So you don't care that you're gonna have terrible weather year round.
We already have terrible weather year round.
True, you're right. Fuck, I didn't think of that.
We have terrible weather year round. We're from Quebec.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Afro cap, bro.
None of that. No. And like, yeah, I don't see myself like, I would never see myself like hooking up with somebody that doesn't like understand like Western values for real. Cause it creates a clash.
That would be a very
It creates a clash at a certain point. Like you're just not the same. Like, you know, like you have to go to that person's family.
You gotta watch Married at First Sight, bro.
I'm gonna watch it. Because this 90-day fiance is done.
You see shit like this all the time. Like,
yeah, so you know what you guys know what I'm talking about.
I mean, listen,
it's too crazy for me.
Listen, we're all of age. We've all been in relationships that didn't work out for various reasons, and like, yeah, there's just certain situations where you and another person, no matter how enthralled you are with the person in the beginning and how much, oh my God, I'm in love, it's like you past that honeymoon phase and you just realize that you're not compatible with this person, and there's just nothing you can do about it. It just it is what
different
it is.
Different values, different whatever.
Exactly.
What about you?
Look, I think the fact that you just mentioned you get entangled in this relationship.
I like that word.
People just rush into shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They rush into shit. They're like, oh, dude, I need somebody at home when I get there, or it's nice to sleep in a bed with another person. But after the dopamine wears off, and you're like, dude, I don't fucking like this person. You know what I mean?
You got to deal.
Why did we move in together?
Exactly.
Like, shit, like,
who are you?
So I think before you make any big decisions, you got to wait 6 months to a year for the dopamine to wear off from a fresh relationship. Because at that point, bro, you're in lovey-dovey mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just making the wrong decisions, and you're literally making them based on the emotion that you're feeling. So until like you can wait 6 months to a year, and you can literally look back, then you can make big decisions. I think for that period of 6 months to a year, you just got to go with the flow, enjoy the person's company. And then once that year comes up,
then you see.
Then you can, it's that yearly review, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Sit down and you're like, do I want to be with this person next year? No. But if you rush into it and you get her pregnant after 1 month,
then you're toast.
Or like,
you're in it.
Dude, like too many people that I know, they like get into that situation that all the emotions flowing and everything, you know what I mean? It's going 100 miles an hour.
And that's different too. When a girl's pregnant, she becomes different.
Yeah.
Like, it's different. And when
things change, you know?
And then when the baby's out, that's like a whole other pregnancy that you're dealing with, because she's now she feels insecure because she's this and that, and then she's depressed, and the baby's crying, and this madness. So like there's a lot of things to consider. Like I find like a lot of relationship shows, like whether it's Occupation Double or 90-Day Fiance or Love at First Sight, they try to paint it as if like love is some type of like instant thing. It's like you need work.
Yeah.
You need work. And then like you need to work on yourself, because if you don't love yourself, then that becomes a whole different aspect where like you gotta learn how to love yourself and another person. And then if you have a kid, you gotta learn how to deal. Like it's a lot. It's a lot.
But you know what? And that's I'm glad you said that, because to me, love is a choice. People, you know, because love is marketed as a feeling, right? It's Valentine's Day and all this other stupid shit. Love is not, I mean, yes, when you're in love, there's obviously feelings attached to that, but love itself is a choice. If you look at people who've been married 50, 60 years, do you think that these people were in love the whole time?
Nah.
They've fallen in and out of love more times than you've jerked off in the last 6 weeks, which for Steve is a very high number. But like for real though, love is a choice at the end of the day, and it's like when you devote yourself to a person for the rest of your life, you make those vows, especially if you're a religious person, and this is really something that you're going to try and stick to. That's a choice. For richer, for poor, sickness and in health, best and worst, you're in this shit now.
Look, I'm gonna throw out a funny story.
All right, let's go.
I was seeing this girl maybe 8 months ago. So I'm seeing this girl, bro. Everything's super steamy. You know what I mean? Crazy sex, and I already know that. I just got out of a long relationship.
It's platonic.
So I know that I'm not trying to get into another one.
Yeah.
And I can feel that she's
in love.
She's bro. Once you give it to her good, you know what I mean? Things start changing. They get a little clingy or they get a little attached.
Yeah.
So I felt that. But she knew what I was, she knew what my mind state was. And after that, it sort of fizzled out because, I was not giving her the
attention
that she would probably want. You know what I mean? She mentioned oh, I can't keep doing this. You know, it doesn't feel right. I feel dirty. And
sure.
So stuff like that. So anyways, we cut it off. About 2 months later, this girl gets pregnant. She gets pregnant with this blind guy.
No, okay, I thought
a fucking blind guy.
I was like,
no way.
Yeah,
blind guy?
A blind guy, bro.
What?
I'm like, bro, how does that even happen?
That's wild, man.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. I bet Stevie wonders sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He be wondering.
Ray Charles, all of that. They have mad kids, these guys. But that's crazy though.
Yeah, so that's a crazy thing.
Did you think it was yours though?
No, of course I didn't think it was mine. It was
100% where I thought this was.
That's what I thought. I would have been like, yo.
Yeah, so I'm not even done, guys. So she got pregnant with. She's married now.
With the blind guy?
Yeah, she's married with the blind guy.
Good for her.
Good for him too.
Yeah. Okay. Good. The guy is what's it called? He became blind due to nefarious reasons. So it's not like he's a blind guy that's walking around with a cane, bro. Something happened to him, and you know what I mean. People came gunning for him, and the guy's blind now.
Shit!
I thought he took too much
he took a shot in the face.
Something like that. So the guy, people came, they were gunning for him. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And me, I'm like, dude, how the fuck do you go from me with 2 eyes to somebody with no eyes?
Oh, that's
bro?
blindism, bro.
That's blindism. What?
Sightism.
I like that. Blindism. Blindism.
Fuck, Steve.
Have you ever had a situation like that, bro? That you've been messing with somebody, and then after, bro, out of the blue, you're like, they went for a total downgrade.
I mean, listen, I'm the top of top. Everything's a downgrade after this.
Preach. I respect that.
Collar, bro. Fuck out.
Nah, I've had worse situations where a girl was cheating on her fiance or husband. I'm not too sure because he had testicular cancer.
Testicular cancer.
So he couldn't get it up.
That's the worst support system I've ever heard of.
And I was just her buddy.
He was her buddy.
Okay, so you're taking care of business.
It's all good. We all go through these weird situations sometimes.
Chances are the husband knew about this and he didn't care.
I don't think he knew.
No?
Nah, to be honest.
I would care. I would shoot everybody, but
look.
That's the thing. I'm leaning more towards Tek now. Before I was more liberal. I was like, yo, do whatever you want because I'm doing whatever I want. I don't give a fuck. But now it's just nah, because there's a law that says it's mommy's baby, daddy's maybe. Mm-hmm. And just that when I discovered that, I was just like, yeah, you can't let your girl sleep around because it's daddy's mommy's baby, daddy's maybe. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
expand on that, please.
So basically, when a girl gives birth to a kid, it's hers. She knows it came out of her stomach.
Well, yeah, okay, right.
As men, we don't.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
We don't know.
Yeah, and then she could get your ass on the hook for 18 years. Shout out to Ye.
Yeah, and then you're paying $200K a month.
That's wild.
For a year, a month.
A month, yeah. It's. I mean, men totally get the shaft. Again, great analogy.
It's $2.4 million a year.
We totally get the shaft in that deal for sure. Because I mean, fuck, man, you ain't winning in court. Mm-hmm. You're not winning in court.
Well, if you're smart, you are. So basically, if you have a business and you pay yourself a very low amount of money per year, and then you end up paying a lot less in child support because it's your business that's making the money, not you. Mm-hmm. So it's all about how you you
to
play
me,
the game.
It's child support is the same thing as the abortion and the euthanasia thing. It's a case by case thing, and
I agree with you.
There's so many women who abuse the system, and to be completely fair to women, there's so many dudes that are just pieces of shit, deadbeat fucking sacks of shit.
But she had sex with them though.
She did, but at the same day, like, you know, I think, listen, it takes two people to make a baby. It takes two people to raise a baby too. Just, you know what I mean? This whole,
absolutely,
I'm not going to raise the kid because I didn't want to have a baby. You came in there. You knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, raise your kid, you sack of shit.
It was the heat of the moment, though, bro.
Doesn't matter. There's no post-nut clarity on being a father. Sorry, that doesn't apply to this situation. If you have a kid and you're not raising it, you're a piece of shit.
Agreed. I agree on that. Definitely.
I have a question for you guys. Do you guys like date girls that like listen to hardcore rap, like drill and like trap and stuff like that?
Look, I'll tell you right now, my experience with girls that do listen to that, they're all ratchet, right?
I mean, clearly.
Yeah. Because I like we're talking about relationships, right? And I'm listening, like, and I'm thinking, like, am I the only person that like I'm turned off when girls tell me that they listen to like Young Thug? Like, if you have Young Thug on your playlist, it's just like,
which I'm like a total hypocrite.
I know exactly, me too,
It makes
right?
us total hypocrites, but like 100%. Like she could be the finest girl, bro. If she comes up to me talking like, "Yo, we saying that," hey, like, dead. Nah.
Dead. It's dead. The whole thing's dead.
Nope.
No, definitely. Look, I don't like that.
So what do you guys like? No, go ahead. Finish your point. Sorry about that.
I'm. What's that fucking line? I like him yellow, brown, Puerto Rican, and Haitian. Bro, I like any type of girl. You know what I mean? You got a good attitude.
Yeah, for sure.
We can vibe. I'm down with it. You know what I mean?
What are traits, like character traits, that you guys like?
Well, obviously it's the looks first. You know what I mean? You see the looks.
He said obviously it's the looks first.
Because
I mean, shit.
Because that's what gravitates you towards the girl.
Absolutely.
And then you get into her mind. You know what I mean? You see how beautiful she is. Me, it's always the face, bro. This man's an ass man. If I remember correctly.
No, I'm a face man though.
I'm a face man, right?
If it's
Face, bro. I don't care if
titties.
this titties can be small and everything, but if you have a beautiful face, you know what I mean? And I can stare at you when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, that was my whole point. I can stare at you in the morning.
I've kind of turned a corner in my life on this. And listen, this is going to, like, I don't want this to come off wrong because my girlfriend now is very beautiful. Very, very beautiful girl. But I've turned a corner on it in the sense where I used to be 100% like, listen, my type has always been high maintenance 12. Always. As long as I can remember. I'm the high maintenance 12 guy. That's the type of girl that I would always gravitate to. And then I would wonder why these relationships keep failing because at my core, I don't want to go to the club. I don't want to go out every Saturday night. If you got to understand, if you're with a 12, she wants to be seen, bro.
Yeah, man.
A girl who's that pretty, who takes 6 hours fucking doing her makeup and hair to go to the grocery store, she wants to be seen, bro. You understand? And it
depends on the age.
Oh, exactly.
Too, right?
Yeah.
Well, the younger the age, it's like the
younger,
experience,
the more
right?
you have to go out.
Yeah.
The older, she just might want to have a trip every.
She's been
4
there,
months.
done that,
But
bro.
that's it. But my whole thing is like now I'm at a point in my life where the high maintenance thing, I'm over it, bro. Because I've been there, I've done that. It just clashes with my personality.
True.
So like now the traits that I look for are much more like, are we compatible? Do we share the same values? Like that's what's important. And the girl I'm with now is literally like a gift from God. Like I can't even.
Amazing, good for you.
No, it is.
Me too,
bro. And it's you know what? And I've realized, and it's funny because I actually had this conversation with her last night. It's like I'm so used to a certain being with like the high maintenance type of girl where like everything is kind of centered around them, to where like being with a girl now who's so keen on like just being helpful in my life, and like she loves to cook for me, she loves to take care of her man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm so not used to it that I feel guilty, bro. Like I'm literally like, yo, like why are you doing all that for me? Like it's like, yo, like it's taking getting used to. You know what I mean? It's amazing, bro. I should have been looking for this type of girl the whole time. Like I've learned my lesson, bro.
Exactly. But then you maybe you would have had that type of girl, not treated her properly, because you would have been like, I want a 12.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm not saying that your girl's not a 12, but like, you know what I mean? Like I want a girl that's high maintenance.
She's definitely very beautiful. She's just not high maintenance. She doesn't need to, you know what I mean? She's not wearing a quinceañera dress to go to Walmart. You know what I mean? Like,
Got you. I know exactly.
That's all I mean.
I'm very happy for your situation.
I'm very happy too.
One thing that I hate when you pull a girl that's a 10, a 12, whatever, bro. You bring her home, usually it's like a one night stand, you know what I mean? You bring this girl home. Next morning, bro, if she sleeps over, your pillow is full of fucking makeup.
Yeah.
Because that's not how you look like in real life, baby. You know what I mean? So when I see you in the morning and you look 50% different from when you looked last night. Like right there, I'm like,
Terrible.
I'm not calling you
Not
again.
only that, the conversation is whack because her whole life she's not had to really work hard for anything. She's the pretty girl. So it's like, I'm pretty. That's all she brings to the table is looks. It's like, okay, so what are we going to talk about? Now we had sex. I busted in that. What are we going to talk about? Makeup?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
Mac or Sephora. That's all I got. Like I don't, you know what else?
Like, what are we talking about? Like high maintenance? Because there's like different type of high maintenance. There's like
high maintenance?
bartender high maintenance. There's a girl that's always with the bottles. There's a club high maintenance. Then you got these girls at the gym that are high maintenance that don't really work out, but they're just pretty. And then you have like the work girl that's like high maintenance. So which one? Which
There's
one are you
this
talking
girl
about?
that comes to the gym all the time. Like I go to the gym every morning. There's this girl that comes in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I swear to God. She comes in, hits like 2 machines, takes a fucking video, and she bounces.
Yeah, man.
I go, she's smoking hot.
You've been
Smoking
trying
hot.
to get in the DMs for 6 months.
Smoking hot, bro. But don't get me wrong.
I knew you had a reason for going to the gym. You lying bastard.
Smoking hot, bro. But I'm like, baby, what are you doing? You're coming in here for 10 minutes.
I think it's so whack.
Yeah.
I've been working in gyms, and when I would see girls do that, I'd be like, "You're so whack.
Yeah.
You have to be whack. I don't even want to talk to you because you have to be whack. You left your house. No, first of all, you put on workout clothes as if you're about to work out. Got in the car, left the house, checked in, walked to the machine, did 2 of them, took a selfie, went back home to change."
Yeah.
And to go do
Yeah, I
something
don't
else.
get that. That shit
You're
pisses-
whack.
That's why I go to Nautilus. It's the old people gym because there's nobody in there but me. I love it. I fucking love it.
So yeah,
Because me when I go to the gym, I'm ready for. I am here for war. I'm not looking at girls.
Yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
talking to nobody. I'm here to kill
same.
somebody.
Yeah,
Like-
same. Okay,
feel you.
maybe I'll take a peek. You know what I mean? Just if somebody pops in, but I'm there to get my gains, bro. And you are not the goal right now.
I feel you 100%.
The goal is in a year from now, bro. When I'm walking down the beach and all the biddies are looking at me. You know? What I mean?
Yeah. I love it.
Biddies.
I love it.
It's 1:45. Just before this guy gets fired.
I gotta
bro.
go. Yeah, man.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Damn.
I gotta be at work in 15 minutes. That's not happening. But fuck it. we here for Chad Ashe, baby.
Yo, I appreciate
You
it. I
heard?
appreciate it.
Okay, look.
So where we going next?
We've been talking about like high maintenance, and when we mention high maintenance, I'm talking about a girl that, bro, she wants everything done for her.
Yeah,
she
that's what I
wants
mean.
this, she wants that. Okay, don't get me wrong, you can look beautiful and everything like that, but when everything revolves around your looks, when you want everything handed to you, when you expect a guy to pay your bills, and when you expect, you know what I mean, shit like that.
Thank you for breaking it down because that's
Yeah.
exactly what I mean.
That's high maintenance.
Okay,
that's
no.
being a diva, you know.
No, I don't like those type of girls.
Yeah.
I don't like those type of girls that bring nothing except their looks because that fades away and that fades away very fast. And especially when you take off the makeup and you see them really, and they have the fake eyelashes and take off the fake eyelashes, you realize they got no eyelashes. Then after that, you know, the hair extensions and you realize they don't really have hair. Their hair's all broken.
The fake butt.
And that requires maintenance. So you'll do it once.
No, but not even the BBL. But I'm saying there's some chicks that got that like fucking
Oh, the pads,
the saline
pads.
pads, bro.
Yes.
Bro, those pads. Come on.
No, none of that's
The
it.
thighs never match the ass. It looks weird. Like,
But what was cool about me being a CrossFit coach, like when I was active, like when I was dating and I was doing my thing, I got to see them suffer. So I already knew which girls I liked already because it was like, this is how you look. Like when your mascara is leaking, because the workouts are hard, right? There's no posing. You can't pose. So then I knew who was really actually pretty and who was not pretty. So when after your workout, if you're still pretty, then chances are without the makeup, you're
not
still
only
pretty.
do you see who's pretty, but you also get to see the personality. Like,
Yes.
you're a quitter and you're somebody. You're somebody who's gonna see this shit through no matter how fucking hard it gets.
There you
that
go.
says a lot about a person.
Right or
Yeah,
die,
man.
bro.
Yeah, man. So that girl that's just taking the selfie, you already know she's waste.
Yeah.
She's wasting all your time.
Yep.
Okay, like if we can share like a crazy story that's happened to each of us
Oh my
regarding a female or something like that.
I don't really got none.
Look, I remember when I had the restaurant. When I had the restaurant, bro, there was a lot of late nights, a lot of alcohol, a lot of people coming to drink, you know what I mean? And I remember I had this customer that always used to come. This guy with his kid used to come. Like, we love the restaurant so much. It's perfect for the neighborhood. He's like, every time I come pick up my son, I bring him here. He's going, we get the waffles.
You jerked his wife for real, bro?
So anyways, this guy is just raving about the restaurant. I shook his hand. We became friendly. Then one night, I'm there, a bunch of people were having drinks, and some lady comes in, around 40 something, She's smoking hot, though, you know? Smoking hot. She came in. She starts having some drinks. Everybody ends up leaving, and I end up with her alone at the restaurant. Bro, next thing you know, things start going left and right, bro. Sex on the pool table.
Nice.
I end up going back to her house.
Shit.
We're having sex. She lives like 2 blocks from the restaurant. So I end up going back to her house.
Told me about this.
We're having sex.
I didn't hear about this.
And what's it called? Like, we're in bed, bro, and I just hear like the upstairs door unlocking. So now I start getting paranoid, like, what the fuck's going on? She's like, it's just my husband. She's going, it's just my husband, my ex-husband. He's coming to get some stuff. So now I'm thinking this guy's gonna kill me. You know what I mean?
100%.
So now I'm like fucking hiding and shit because I'm in this guy's house, bro. I'm in this guy's house, and
he loves your restaurant,
bro. Yeah, and I didn't even know it's this guy, bro. I don't even know it's this guy. So after I hear the door lock, he leaves. And I see a picture like in the house, and it's that guy. You know what I mean? I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, it's him. I'm assuming that he found out what happened because 2 days later, dude, I go to the restaurant and there's a fucking bullet waiting for me right there on the door.
That's crazy. A bullet?
A bullet, bro. A bullet. So when I saw that, I'm thinking, okay, it's the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Maybe like some fucking hooligan came up, but I'm like, why would somebody come leave me one
2
bullet?
days after, you know you did dirty.
You know what I mean? Exactly, you dirty
So
bastard.
ever since then,
You
bro,
know what you did?
ever since then, I always look over my shoulder when I'm on that street because I know where
should.
this guy lives.
You should. He left a bullet. That's not a joke. That's not a joke.
Yeah,
I don't have any bullet stories.
Yeah, that was
I've
crazy.
definitely had actually all my beefs that I've ever had in my life has been dudes of girls I've taken. That's
Damn, bro.
I remember at Dawson, my 2, 3 last semesters, I always had a knife on me because I didn't know which guy was gonna try to jump me. Because when you're a student, you're easily accessible, especially at Dawson, and especially if you're black and you're out here smoking, you're just either out front or you're in Conrad's. It's easy, right? So I know what that means, but never a bullet though. Nah, no bullets.
You're lucky, bro. Don't worry. Nothing happened though, so we're good.
Good for you. We're here.
Puerto Rican Steve is still
Well, we
alive.
had a story for this podcast.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I hate to be a dick, guys. I gotta get going now.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Let's wait before we wrap this up because we're gonna have to wrap this up. We got Feezy coming in like 10
Man,
minutes.
Feezy.
Leave us with some words of wisdom. Grab that gem.
All right. So since it's the second time that I'm here, I gotta give you 2. So the first time I gave it to you was don't talk about it, be about it. This time is if you can't be used, you're useless. And for my second one, it's always easier to change yourself than it is to change others. So
Beautiful. I love
that's
that.
what I'm
He's
doing.
dropped that shit too.
I love that.
You know what I mean? So that's where we're at with it.
We'll tell the people to find Chad Ashe again. Tell them the project that's on the way, what to look out for, what to expect.
So basically we got www.chadashe.com. That's the easiest way to get in contact with me. So that if I get deplatformed or whatever, for what I might post or whatever, you guys can always find me there. Then, right now we have AfroKeb 1 out on all platforms.
Let's go.
MTL lovers come in for Valentine's Day.
Let's go.
During the Valentine's season. And the most incredible project, AfroKeb 2, the first single should be out by May.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
You heard the man. Let's go. Keep a lookout for that project and
Yes.
support.
Yes, and the show. So
And the
if
show-
if next show I'm there. I'm
Yeah,
there.
definitely. Thank you, everybody, for watching the first Shoot the Shit podcast. Whatever. That's
Not what we're naming it. It's not what we're naming it. Are you gonna do testosterone with me? We gonna do some testosterone, guys?
Shit.
Why not
I'd rather do
TRT?
mushrooms. The next time we link up.
All right.
That'd be fun.
Next show, mushroom trip. What?
That could be cool.
Cut.
The Hustle. My name is Steve Tek, and these are my co-hosts. And I'm Tek Luciano. You may have heard me on radio. You may have never heard of me at all, but that's okay.
Y'all gon' learn today. Your whole life was a struggle, had to make it